What's up with you? So I'm back from the Serpent Mound. Not technically like right now, you know. Uh, yeah, now, but it wasn't. Didn't just happen, you know. Been back for a hot minute. Specifically, I want to talk about an experience that I've had there, like synchronicity. If anyone knows what that's all about, if not, I can link a video about it. Because Philip K. Dick experienced some of that, and it's covered extensively by Carl Jung. You know, it's those coincidences that happen in life that are they're meaningful coincidences. Some could even argue that all coincidences are meaningful in some way or another. That's another thing altogether, I guess. But the point is that there's a couple meaningful sorts of things that have happened when I go out to Serpent Mound. One of the things is resulted in a little project I'm working on. I'm going to show you guys. I think you might like it. Hold up. Right here, so I don't have to go very far at all. Alright, right here. Boo, yeah. Currently, I'm working on this thing. So, one of the first years I went out to Serpent Mound, I was looking for a walking stick, and I went around being pretty picky about the walking stick I found. And there was this one, they had places that sold walking sticks, right? But I didn't want none of those ones because those were kind of short, you know, and I wanted something that was taller because I like to, you know, I like this chill position sometimes, you know, I'm a bit lazy. So I specifically hunted this bad boy down, and the place that I got it from is a place that doesn't ever go anymore. It was her last year that she was ever going to go. I got it because of this sweet little twist in it, which I found that a lot of walking sticks, they do that with walking sticks, but also there was a story attached to it, and I'm not sure if you can see, but see right there. Yeah, I can kind of see it. It's got a set of initials of the guy that had the stick before me, and he had tacked to it a little like metal thing that you receive when you do a hike or complete a hike. And he had completed a hike, and I guess he's got his initials on here. He was an avid hiker, but he'd passed away, and she'd gotten this stick in an estate sale or something. And since it had a history attached to it, the gentleman, whose name I don't know, but his initials are DJB, travels with me when I'm on my journeys and stuff, you know, almost as like the spirit of the stick, you know, I guess. But more to honor the man so that he obviously liked to do that. That was something he enjoyed in his life. So hopefully through this stick and through my journeys, he can experience that again in the afterlife, is the idea. That happened to be the same exact year that this one thing happened to me that I will explain. It was very hot that year. It just has tended to be hot when we go out there, and it's always on the solstice, longest day of the year, and it's scorcher. It was like 90 some degrees or something like that. And we were headed up to go see the mound, but it was late in the day, and they closed the mound down at a certain time. They're real strict about that stuff. It's kind of weird. But they close it down at a certain time so people can't go up there. They have a gate that they gated off and everything like that. And so we had walked up there at the time they were closing down. So we couldn't see the mound. We had to turn back around and walk back to the thing. So we didn't get to see it. But on our way back, when we were walking down the trail, we ran into a rattlesnake that crossed our paths. It was me and my girlfriend, and we were walking down the path, and this snake just right in front of the both of us, and we were both looking right at it at the exact moment that it happened. And both looked at each other like, whoa, holy crap. Well, we didn't know really it was a rattlesnake at the time, but both of us remembered what the pattern was on the snake and what it looked like. So I looked it up when we got back, and it was a Massasauga rattlesnake. It's a particular type of rattlesnake, and interesting enough to know, one of the only ones that actually has like a Native American name associated with it. The site itself apparently isn't Native American in nature, like it's not attributed to them per se. It's earlier civilization. It's like prehistoric people that made it. And that the Native Americans apparently discovered it and, just honored it because that's obviously what they did. They were respectful individuals that were good at that sort of thing, unlike some of the rest of us. The point is that was a thing. Anyone that's into spirituality and magic and stuff would know that that instance of a rattlesnake crossing my path, that particular rattlesnake, particular type of snake that it was and all that. It was significant. And I looked it up, and, in Native American culture, uh, rattlesnakes specifically are thought to be guardians of holy places and sacred sites. And so I've since referred to that snake particularly as the guardian of Serpent Mound. I didn't see him again this year. I had a different experience, which I will explain. But before I move on to that, I want to show you what's resulted from the thing. So, when I went there, I'm not going to go grab the chunk of wood, but I grabbed the chunk of wood from Serpent Mound because Serpent Mound is placed inside, or has been built inside of an impact crater of a meteor. The topology and everything of the place, and it's unique to say the least. But, there's obviously space debris and stuff that one could assume has infiltrated the area in some way or another, maybe into the soil and into the plant life or whatnot. So the branch that I grabbed, it's special because it's from Serpent Mound, and I'm going to carve a head to my staff out of that piece. And this is the prototype that I'm working on for the carving. I haven't carved it yet. Right now I'm just modeling a sculpey version of it. It doesn't have its fangs in or its tongue in right now, but it has a fang and a tongue, or fangs, two fangs that go to it. There's one of the fangs. Also the where's my camera? Right there, the tongue. And it's designed to go in it and hold this gem that I have, which is a labradorite. And the labradorite is meant to sit inside of the mouth of it, and then the fangs curl around the gem, and the tongue curls up around the bottom of it to hold it in place as like the head of the staff. It's gonna be dope. But it's designed like I specifically researched it, designed the top of the head and everything to be like that of a pit viper. As you can see, it's got the heat sensing pits in there for it, so that it's a Massasauga. It's gonna have the pattern that the Massasauga has on the back of their head and stuff. It's kind of like a eye shape, a little bit like almond, I guess. It's pretty dope, huh? I'm still cleaning it up right now. It's almost done. I gotta bake this part still. I've already baked the teeth for it here and the tongue because I wanted to keep it from moving when I tried to put the teeth in and stuff and mess with it. But yeah, that's one of the things that's born from my meeting with the guardian of Serpent Mound. The other meaningful thing that occurred happened this time. It was the day of the solstice. And hopefully, I'm going to get pictures like when I mentioned the Massasauga thing. Maybe I did it right there. I don't know. Editing genius or whatever. But I had another run-in with another creature on this occasion, and it was the day of the solstice, the day we were supposed to go watch the sun align with the head of the serpent. I went out to get something, I think, out of the car, but I ended up out on the porch of the Airbnb, which is this, we got a cool Airbnb we go hang at. It's like a cabin sort of thing ish, but it's got a nice view of Ohio and the sky, and it's rad. I like it. It's peaceful. It's got a nice little hangout spot, and I'm digressing, but the point is, I went out to go get something out of the car, and on my way back in, I go to grab the door handle, and right next to the door handle, sitting on the AC unit, which is popping out of the side of the house, is a moth. Crazy looking moth, something I had never seen like before in my entire life. So I went into the Airbnb and got my girlfriend to come out and check this out. And she came outside and took a picture of it. Maybe I'll be able to pop the picture up there. If not, something equivalent so you guys can know what it was. But it was a Luna moth. And those are special in the world in general, let alone in magic. Like, they have magic significance and stuff. But they're rare. Not rare in existence, like, you know, there aren't many of them or something, but just rare to see because of the nature of their life cycle. They have a real short life cycle, and they can only be seen maybe for a couple days by a person, if at all. And where they hang usually is in dense woods and stuff like that. But we were not in dense woods. There were some maybe 100 yards out from the Airbnb. You know, we had a good gap between us and the forest. It was the middle of the day. Well, mostly the middle of the day. It wasn't early morning or anything like that. It was hot. It was daytime. It seemed like the moth was seeking shade. And it was super freaking awesome and rad to see. This thing was beautiful. It was huge. It was like this big. Let's put it up like that to my head wise. It was like about that big. That is another significant thing. It means all sorts of stuff like transformation. It's just like a little tap on the shoulder or a nod, something like that, to let me know I'm on the right path and stuff. I don't know, I just wanted to share those experiences with you. It's always interesting going out there and doing that. It's not something most people would find interesting. It's a bunch of kooky tinfoil hat wearing people waiting to see a portal open in the sky or something. It's pretty much what it is. It's not. It's like a bunch of vendors and people in tents having like discussions about things or presentations. So there's not a bunch of partying or a crap ton of music or like drinking or anything like that. It's just a thing for people to come up and experience it. I think they set it up at one point, and now it's something that they wish they didn't have to do anymore, but they feel obligated because it's still going. I think if they had the choice, they wouldn't do it at all, just based on the interactions I've had with the individuals at the place, like the workers. I don't know who they are. I don't know. I think I read that like the Smithsonian owns it, or I think they sold it back to like the Ohio State Archaeological or Museum System or something. I don't know. I sound like an idiot when I'm talking about it, but I've read the plaques that they have there, and it explains a lot of that there, and you can also find it on Wikipedia. But I had footage from the place that I really want to get uploaded, but it's kind of difficult to do. It used to be easier for me because I had everything set up with Apple, and now it's not that way. I have a Windows machine and my phone's Apple, so it makes it a little more difficult. I don't have my cloud set up and all sorts of dumb stuff like that, but I'll try to get it up as soon as I possibly can, make it work or whatever. I don't know. But this one wasn't much teaching. It was just kind of just me talking about my experience and sharing my little sculpture with you and stuff. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you're enjoying the videos. I've got more coming up and stuff. And take care. All right. Peace.